Hey everybody, before you continue watching the video, make sure you give the channel a like and subscribe. Go and follow us on Instagram. Go and check out all the different social media scenarios. Make sure if you're enjoying the content, go there, like, subscribe, follow, so we can keep putting stuff out. If you've got any questions, leave a comment. All right, make a comment on either of our pages and we'll answer them as soon as we can. The thing that I kind of wanted to like transition into is like, is there any like type of exercises or routines that people can adopt that will help with those more long-term injuries? Because even like Lucas is saying, he had more of like one of those, extreme injuries that are less common. What would you recommend for people, like, after they're knowing of like your strength and conditioning background and stuff like that? Is there anything that people need to add? Because this is just like, anecdotal kind of stuff, but I would say the majority of individuals that train here, they use jiu-jitsu as their exercise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As their conditioning, that's what they do, as opposed to doing their own exercise and conditioning stuff and then adding jiu-jitsu. Is there something that you could recommend for some of the individuals that are having more chronic injuries and stuff like that? Or?
Yeah, I think any sort of generalized strength and conditioning program is going to help. So say if you have two individuals, one has no major injuries, him just sticking to your compound, just your standard like your deadlift, squat, bench, and like some sort of rowing or chin-up activity is going to help sort of, I guess, bulletproof his body to. It's going to withstand the rigors of these contact sports better. But some people may have a knee injury they have to work around. I think some key components that I probably had to think about since starting is like probably like your grip is good. So exercises that challenge your grip are definitely going to translate into better results. Some things like even like having a good and using a few variations of deadlift. You get a good solid base and you get bang for your buck with your deadlift. Like it basically does the most of your body. Probably another one would be like some neck exercises too. It's probably an overlooked area of the body. We're all happy to train from here down.
But looks good on the beach.
Looks good on the beach, absolutely. Absolutely. Aesthetics is where it's
nobody's looking at their neck all the time.
No one wants to look at that bloke with a thick neck. Well, someone might, but
it's not as common.
But it's definitely worth worth thinking about, particularly if you're wanting to stay in the sport for a little while or perhaps compete. Just for injury prevention. It's probably
just more like a longevity type thing. Like I'd say, there's so many students here. Some of them that have been up to 10-year students that are always in and out of the gym and they have 4 months off and then they come and train for 2 months. And I think the problem is and we talked on the first podcast with Michael Pegg, who has he has like a degree in exercise physiology and stuff as well. And the biggest thing is like people just don't get on top of their injuries. So they'll get an injury, they'll take the 3 months off or the 6 weeks off or whatever. They'll do a couple exercises that the physio gave them or someone gave them for about 5 weeks or 4 weeks or 3 weeks, sometimes only 1 week. Rest, all right, I feel good, come back. And then 2 months later or 6 weeks later or 4 weeks later, they have the same injury or some other injury. And then the process starts again. And it's just this like perpetual cycle of being outside of the gym for 4 weeks and then coming back for 4 weeks and being outside of the gym for 6 weeks and coming back for 6 weeks. And I just think like people massively overlook like the thing you're talking about here is just having a generic strength and conditioning regime, which isn't necessary for athletes. It's necessary for anybody. Anybody that does anything that's physically demanding, even if it's like, man, even at your job, if your job is physically demanding, if it's a manual labor job, you need to do some type of strength and conditioning, weights, exercise, whatever, to allow your body to deal with all the stress of that job, the physical stress of that job or the physical stress of that activity. And
Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, and a follow. Check out all our different social media platforms. There's heaps of content coming out. There's different snippets and content on different platforms. So make sure you're on everything. And again, if it helped you out, recommend to somebody else, and hopefully it'll help them out too.